Organization invest significant amount of money to deliver value to their clients by investing in latest technologies, hiring skilled people, enabling services through partners or suppliers. But to consistently deliver the value to client, IT service provider need to have a right set of processes. And processes can be in terms of like incident management, problem management, change management, okay, service request management, service level management, service catalog management, availability management, capacity management. Okay, so these are some of the examples of the processes that needs to be implemented by an IT service provider. So let us get into the definition part of the process. So process is structured set of activities combined together to deliver a specific result. Now when you say structured set of activities, so there will be certain activities in a process. For example, let's take an example. In case of incident management, you have activities like identification, log, categorize, prioritize, diagnose, allocate, resolve, communicate user, update knowledge base, and close. So these are the activities. It is defined in a structured manner. Defined in a structured manner. So we can have a look at the activities that I was explaining it to you. All right. Now, when we talk about process, there has to be a structure to the process. That does mean there are certain inputs, certain process activities, and the output. There has to be a control on the process, and process needs to be delivered through certain resources, what we call as process enabler. So these are 5 key factors. You can have a look at it courtesy to Exelos. Okay, so I'm also the ITIL trainer, so this slide is brought from the ITIL reference. So this is one of the fantastic explanation that you can have on a process. Okay, you can, in terms of input for incident management, input can be the web tool that you have. IT service management tool can be ServiceNow, okay, or can be the BMC Remedy or HP, any of the tool. Okay, now phone call, you have maybe an incident is raised through email, or you may have an event management tool. Okay, event management tool such as Concorde, Opnate, SolarWinds. There can be various event management tools. There can be a supplier outages. Okay, think of your bandwidth link provider, and there is an impact on the bandwidth link outage that will have impact to you as well. So supplier out. So you may have client specific outages, and you are delivering services to the client, integrated of course infrastructure that you may have, and based on which you are delivering service to your client. So that may have also an impact on your process. So these are the certain examples of inputs. Now when it comes to the process control, think of the control in such a way that there is a process owner who is actually governing the process, establishing the process, as well as the improving on the processes, allocating right resources, documenting the process. So all this is a part of your process owner. Now there can be process objectivities. In terms of incident management, process objectives can be resolution of incidents in timely manner, that is within SLAs. You may have the objectives of customer satisfaction, can be that reduction in business loss. So there can be various such objectives. You can have defined the scope of incident management, that can be network, okay, systems, application, voice, as well as you may have related to databases and all. Okay, you may have an in scope information security incidents, or related incidents related to facilities management, engineering and maintenance. So you will have to decide whether you are going to add the scope in your IT service management or IT service incident management process. Okay, well, that is what we call a scope. Process feedback, nothing but the you may take CSAT, okay, from respective stakeholders, and you are aware of the definition of stakeholders who has interest in your services, products and services. Okay, now the process activity is a part of that, where you have activities such as what we said. The activities is like identification, that is you are going to log the incident, prioritize, diagnose, allocate, resolution, communicate user, update knowledge base, and close. These are called as process activities. Process procedures, how you are going to identify, log, prioritize, all this is called as procedures. You may have some work instruction. If something happened, this is related to network, this is related to application, so what should be done? Okay, why you should be logging the priority 1, priority 2, so all these are work instructions. You may have a process metrics. Now process metrics are defined to review the performance of your process altogether. So such as process activities, number of incident log, number of incident close, number of open incident, number of incident resolved with the knowledge base that you may be utilizing for when you will be probing users at the time of diagnosing, and you may be on the spot providing the resolution, where you may have a quick fixes available, that is maybe based on knowledge base, and there is a concept of known error database. You have a process roles. Each process will have a RACI defined. So RACI is responsible, accountable, consulted, informed. So you will define the process activities and the roles in the process, such as service desk analyst, service desk manager, or an incident manager. Then you have the subject matter expert, network, systems, application, voice, as well as you have a supplier, you have the management, and client can be your members. Who is responsible, who is accountable, who is considered, and who is informed, so that you can define. These are called as process roles. You can consider that term as RACI, responsible, accountable, consulted, informed. Process improvements, with respect to the process improvements, now this can be based on the, you have a metrics defined. You can see, you can review the metrics on a periodic basis, maybe on a weekly, monthly basis, and see what improvement that you can bring into the improvement of the process activities. Right now, process enablers like process resources and capabilities. Resources can be the funding, can be people, can be information, can be infrastructure, can be software and hardware. Is that clear? Can be software or hardware that you may have. All right. Process capabilities can be your organization structure, then management, your process, that is knowledge base that you may have, okay, and the process documents that you may have, well established proven process document that you can have, that is called as process capabilities. When it comes to the activities that you are performing, that is input, process, and active output. Output nothing but the reports and the dashboard. Report is granular report in terms of each process, that you may have number of incident log, number of incident open, close, that based on the KPIs you may define that report. Who will be preparing that report, who is supposed to receive that, what is the frequency, all that you can define. When it comes to dashboards, dashboards is what you have in terms of high level overview, okay, of that respective process. That, for example, that with respect to one of the service, that how many incident log for that particular service in a 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, that is high level. Okay, what is average resolution time? So you can give high level the, of course, performance of that process with the dashboards, okay. Thank you.